defeat this movie.
All right, let's bring it in. Bring the energy then. Welcome. Hey, this is Chaotic Neutral. I'm Taylor, and I am Caleb. We review movies. We are in the middle of Spooktober. Our vampire theme is continuing. So thank you for joining us. What movie are we taking a look at today? It's our favorite.
It's Dracula.
Which one? One of the good ones?
No, not what. No.
Oh, has this story been told before?
It should have remained untold.
So jokes aside, we were like talking about Dracula Untold. We watched it a few days ago. Generally not super big on it. But like always, thank you for joining. If you have been here before or if this is your first time, please consider like and subscribing. And also jump in the comments and tell us what movie we should watch next and maybe suggest ones that are more enjoyable.
Literally anything else.
Dracula Untold.
Literally anything better than this movie.
Well, let's start off our first topic. And one of the positives of this movie.
One of the positives of this movie
is 1.5 actors.
1.5 actors.
I'd say half of Luke Evans is pretty.
Yeah, I would.
And then the other half is.
I think the 1.5 hour runtime is probably another good point.
It's an enjoyable part.
So long.
Yeah. Which
it drags still somehow. It's an overachiever. It drags for an hour and 30-minute movie. It's a horror movie runtime for a PG-13 movie.
It does seem to struggle with the I don't know what I'm supposed to be.
Well, that's because they cut 45 minutes or more of another movie that's in that movie.
Yeah, so I said that while we were watching it. I was like, there's no way that this movie is what it was supposed to be. This movie got hacked. And then you went home, looked it up. It did get hacked.
I did some research.
Yeah, I haven't done any research. Tell me what you found, because you've been waiting for this.
It's literally just there's probably more deep diving I could have done, but there are entire plot points and characters that have just been wholesale lifted up out of the movie, do not appear. For anybody who cares about Marvel or likes the actor Charlie Cox, who is a pretty good Daredevil, I would say, compared to Ben Affleck.
He's very good in Stardust as well.
Okay, haven't seen that, but I mean, I liked him as Daredevil. I thought he was really good. I thought as Matt Murdock, he really brought something to the role.
So who did he play in this movie? I must have missed him.
He played.
Sorry, guys.
You did miss him. In fact, the movie missed him. And the funny thing is, they did shoot his scenes. He was going to play Gaius Caligula, the Roman emperor,
which is just hilarious. So they gave him the John Malkovich treatment from Fantastic Four.
Yes.
Where they're just like,
yes,
you're going to be a big part of this movie, and then just
So his character was supposed to be the elder vampire, the one who turned the elder vampire. He was supposed to be the original vampire.
The one who turned Tyrion Lannister.
Charles Dance. He was supposed to be the guy.
That would have been so cool.
I mean, like, it would have been something. It would have been like, so I haven't done that much research on actual history for it. Like, I thought about doing this whole thing where I go like, let's actually look at like Vlad Tepes's life.
Get out my glasses on, get the chalkboard.
I don't care. When we go over a better movie with Dracula in it, I will do that then, just to show some parallels. Not this.
Well, we get the Impaler. He impales a lot of people.
He impales a lot of people the wrong way.
That one seemed like an easy thing to get correct.
You could just.
And I feel like an asshole for being like, you didn't get the impaling correct. But it's like literally one of the first times we see this guy. And it turns out that he's an amazing warrior who likes to impale people, and they're all impaled like belly first. And I'm like, they would all to the ground and sink. I learned, just like everyone else in AP World, we learned about impaling, or even just world history. And,
like, Vlad Tepes, like,
does you find that out at some point in your life?
Yeah.
This guy exists. Dracula was a real guy, and he was vicious. And it turns out, no, he's a family mate.
Family Guy.
He's a family man. He's just a family guy. And I honestly, I don't hate the portrayal. Like Luke Evans is a fine actor. I think he has the same thing like Pedro Pascal's got going on, where it's like it's just him in this role.
I feel like Pedro Pascal has more like range, whereas Luke Evans is always just there. I'm just there on screen, and I don't know what I've seen enough of him to be serious.
Yeah, I don't even know if I've seen enough of him to know his range. There's just a few things I've seen him in. He's tall, dark, and
The Hobbit is like the first thing that comes to mind is like a big thing that he's been in. He's Bran, the boatman from Lake Town.
Bran?
I don't know. I may be getting that character.
That's
because I care about Lord of the Rings more than I do the Hobbit.
Is he? I don't think he's a character in the book. Well,
he is a character in the book.
We're
I know. We're talking about better things. I know. But he was also. But like that's my problem with it. Luke Evans also plays a hard-boiled detective in another really shitty movie we might want to check out because it's kind of fun. The Raven, which is a Edgar Allan Poe movie that's desperately trying to be the Guy Ritchie Sherlock Holmes movie.
Yeah.
He plays a detective in that, and he's not bad. Like, I don't think Luke Evans is a bad actor. I just think he's just.
Yeah, I think he is what he is. Yeah, I agree. Where it's like he's a nice, like if you need a lead, nice. But yeah, the emotional connection is not quite there. The moment, I always forget his name, Charles Dance, was it?
Yeah.
And the moment he steps on screen, you're immediately like, oh.
The movie takes a dramatic.
Yeah. While we were watching it, like we hit that part, and both of us were like, forget everything I said before. This movie is good. And then like and then those like 10 minutes are over and we're like, oh, it's not.
Like, I love how this movie gives Charles Dance a fucking catchphrase that he uses twice.
What is it?
Oh, you don't remember?
I don't remember his catchphrase.
You don't remember the outgoing one line he has?
The Bryce death?
No, that's close. Let the games begin.
Oh, yeah, I didn't catch that.
Because, again, this movie was supposed to kick off the dark universe. Yeah. Because we were in that era of like, wow, Marvel's making a lot of money. We should do something with our IPs that cost us nothing.
Yeah, let's screw them up. Yeah, sticking with the casting, like those two guys. So we have, like I said, 1.5. Charles Dance kills it whenever he's on screen. I enjoy the movie so much more. Luke Evans is fine. And then, like you said, like everyone, all the rest of the supporting cast just kind of are paper thin and stale.
Which is really weird because the villain is played by Dominic Cooper.
Who they spray paint orange.
Yeah, it's really awkward.
Lazy Mehmet.
Mehmet the Sultan. Tough.
That one's tough.
That one's a little tough.
Like, cause when they start,
and it was not the only one that they get no rattle can for either.
When we first started seeing the Turks, you even said it. You're like, what is going on here? And yeah, just. Man, that's tough. That is points down on the movie.
I've been told Dominic Cooper is a good actor. I've seen him in some stuff where I've seen like Preacher.
I've seen some parts of Preacher. Again, I think I don't think like the range is super high. I view him kind of like Luke Evans, where it's like the stuff I've seen him in has worked.
Perfectly serviceable actor.
Yeah. He's like, I need this character played. He can do a good job. Doesn't he play in? Okay, I may have just made this up. Does he play in Ghost Rider?
I don't
Nick Cage one?
I don't know. Just a brief look on here.
I don't know why that.
He's in Need for Speed. He is in
Abraham Lincoln Vampires.
He's in both of the Mamma Mia movies. He's in Abraham Lincoln Vampire,
which I really enjoyed him in Vampire Slayer.
I haven't seen that. We might have to check that out.
We do. It's so neat.
I knew that he was in Preacher and was like another, which is kind of funny because kind of another comic book parallel with Charlie Cox.
Yeah.
He's Howard Stark.
He is Howard Stark.
So there's another Marvel connection in a weird way.
Which I enjoyed him as that. I
mean, he wasn't there long enough for me to care.
In First Avenger, he's in there. I mean, he's a supporting character, but he had.
I was looking at Chris Evans.
His massive pecs. Yeah. I'm seeing him now.
I closed my eye.
It's kind of hard to unsee.
The rest of the cast
Is
no joke. Me and my fiance, we went through and we're just looking up random people going like, I've seen this guy. They're background Game of Thrones characters.
this movie
Not
felt
like
very
yeah, it came out in 2014, so it is like right there with Game of Thrones popularity. A lot of these people are in Game of Thrones.
Now that I'm thinking about it, Luke Evans does kind of look like Jon Snow in this movie when he's full suited.
Yeah, a little bit.
Wow, yeah,
A little bit.
yeah. There's definitely a lot of just words for Game of Thrones, and then they try to move away from it as fast as possible because they have a connected universe to get to.
So
Well, let's not get to the connected universe.
yeah, let's wait on that.
Yes,
Say that's
that's another topic we have.
But like the main crux of the movie is that we're in Transylvania. We're during like 1442 or whatever.
Character study of Vlad.
It's Vlad Tepes. We all know the name. We all know that he becomes Dracula. But what's the origin story for this character?
That's exactly what it is. It's a superhero origin story suited up like a horror movie.
Like he died fighting the Ottomans. So let's do that.
Okay. All right. If we're getting into like the plot pain points,
Yeah.
his actual turn into Dracula is so dumb to me.
It's fun. It's just like serviceable. Like it's
all about his wife. And the moment his wife is dying, not even dead.
Oh man.
Like literally he's like, you have to kill your wife now and become the thing you've been trying not to turn into to save the rest of your people.
The movie at certain points, I don't know if you remember this, but the movie at certain points has like I want to call them Revenge of the Sith and Attack of the Clones is Anakin's foresight of the terrible things that are going to happen in the future, like him losing his mother, Padme dying in childbirth. And it's like, they're all just shots of the movie later on that happen and they're completely unavoidable, which I don't get why. I'm going to tangent off again.
I already know where we are in the conversation. Listen, it's just the
Dracula's powers suck.
Dude, it just sucks.
He's super strong and he turns into bats.
Well, yeah, let's talk about the freaking bats, dude. Because I think there's a lot of parallels between this movie and the movie that came out 10 years before it, being Van Helsing.
Yeah.
And Van Helsing does almost everything this movie does better, and Van Helsing's not a good movie.
Wild.
It's I couldn't imagine, because like I was in the demographic when Dracula Untold came out. I remember liking it, and then as soon as we booted up the movie, I was like, "Holy shit, what was I thinking?"
It's so funny because I'm right there with you. Where I remember, like, yeah, I was gonna come over to your place and you were gonna watch the movie, and I go like, "Yeah, we'll do Dracula Untold." I remember being okay. I remember it being all right. And the instant we start the movie, and it's like a low budget video game of these frozen shots of the actors.
Yeah, with it's position heavy.
Yeah, and just these slow pans where like if this movie had came out 10 years ago like Van Helsing, it would have been fine. Like it wouldn't have been
for that. Is what I'm just clarifying. You said like if it came out when House
10 years
at the same time.
Yeah, if it in Van Helsing,
it would have been fun.
It would have been fun.
Yeah,
would have been cutting totally funny. Yeah.
No, it came out in 2014, and the point that I was laughing at the most was the freaking bats, because they don't even try to like blend the two. It's like he is there, and then he is transparent, and there's bats that were in his shape.
Yeah. So
and the bats like fly into him, and just like he is. It's baffling how
it's baffling.
It's baffling how much this like obviously studio execs just shot this movie.
Yeah,
like they did not know what to do. They got to the end, said we don't know what we're doing, and released an hour and a half of footage that they had.
I guess we can talk about his powers later when we talk about like what we would have done in our
the
thing. But like I really can't. I just don't understand how his powers work. other than my own knowledge of other vampire stuff, because he's missing a shitload of the move list. He seems like he's a character that like got a lot of his power gutted from underneath him, like the rug pulled out from underneath.
Yeah, well, they don't know what to do.
He accidentally becomes bats.
He accidentally becomes bats. Yeah, sunlight doesn't actually really hurt him that much.
It's ow, ooh.
On a scale of vampire movies, it's way more Twilight than it is like Sinners.
It looks
like
like
Sinners, they touch sunlight and they combust.
You know what it looks like? He reacts, Luke Evans, as because that's another part of the thing.
It's ouchie.
He's not even a full vampire yet.
Ooh, ouchie, yeah.
Well, just has the vampire power.
Who just has all the powers and he's just not as
Oh no, he just has the super strength and the
bat.
senses and the bats. That's what
and he has he has like no draw to blood whatsoever. Like he is going to like win his urges.
Yeah.
He's not fighting them at all. His wife just tells him to give in.
Yeah, you are
does not struggle one time.
You're totally right. No, he definitely does, but it's so painfully inconsistent because he's constantly fighting and killing other like combatants, but whenever there's blood there or where it would be on him or on his hand, it almost has that same issue of like the Blade movie effect where Blade can't get covered in blood for some reason. Neither can Dracula.
Well, it's also weird making a violence-heavy vampire movie that's not rated R about Vlad the Impaler.
Yeah.
I don't think they knew what to do, and I mean, it's very, very clearly they didn't know what to do. They wanted even Van Helsing, right? Like I can't help but pair them together, compare and contrast.
Yeah.
Van Helsing, like we said, we were watching it. They know what they are the whole time. They know what they are doing.
And no confusion there.
The visual effects look better in Van Helsing,
way better.
And that's one of the most baffling things to me, because this movie, I think that we asked in the moment, this movie did not have a small budget by any means.
No.
And I don't understand why the visual effects are so bad. Why the inconsistency. There's clearly
it's a range on Google. It's a range of $70 to $100 million budget.
Yeah, okay, so not huge, but still not small by any means. And the most visual effects you do is bats, and you can't even morph them together.
And it's so interesting because it says on the box office it made $217.1 million.
Yeah, it wasn't a failure. Like, it wasn't a great start, but it was enough for them to keep going with the Dark Universe. But you said that they cut 30
This is where you start?
Oh yeah, it's not. I mean,
like, homework isn't done.
No, dude, you
made a V.
It was the same problem that plagued DC at the time. Was Marvel is killing it. We have to do one of these, and it's starting from where Marvel was, not where Marvel started.
Yeah.
And it was the same thing the DC extended universe.
Cross before the horse.
Exactly. They're like, we're gonna make a connected universe, but don't make a good movie first. Iron Man was phenomenal.
Yeah, no,
and then the Hulk almost tanked the operation, and then Captain America came out and it was fine. And Thor almost tanked the operation.
Hulk?
And then Avengers came out and it was fine.
Yeah.
Like, people forget how rocky it was movie to movie. You still had to make good movies.
It's touch and go. You still had to put the effort in to make good movies.
Before Avengers, there was really like 2 solid good movies.
Honestly, I think Hulk is just kind of cursed in a weird way. But maybe
almost the same way Dracula Untold is, where it's like studios and actors and everyone had different visions for what was supposed to be happening.
Yeah.
And then in the post-production, they were like, just rush it, get it out there, and visual effects fall through. So this movie is a tale as old as time to me, of like, while we're watching it, the evidence is there. You can go forensic on it and you can be like, someone hacked this movie apart. The studio cut funding. They didn't know what they're doing. They didn't know what to write the script. But in those cutting, so I wanted to say this point earlier, but one of our biggest continuity things was after he falls down the tower with his wife, can't save her, and she goes splat, but she doesn't die immediately. She lives long enough for him to tell her that or for her to say that he needs to eat her and become everything so he can save everybody. And then he does, and he turns around, and Menet has his son who was on top of the tower. So there's clearly a whole scene that was cut out of that child coming down. Like, I don't think that's a mistake.
We're talking about like hundreds of feet on a cliff side in like some kind of sanctuary
Falling for like 2
with another 100-foot tower.
Yeah. On a mountain.
Well, on a cliffside, yeah. And they're in this, and all the enemy combatants are just in this valley, in between the fucking like
The perfect killing zone you could hope for.
yeah. And it goes like this: the bad guys are in the gorge, so Dracula has to go down there or summon his bats to kill them because he summons. Oh, wait a minute! Before we even get into that,
It's always the bats.
let's talk about this. The army is marching blindfolded.
Okay, hold on. There's a lot of things. But do you like my theory about that they probably cut a whole scene from that kid?
Oh,
Like, I think like there's 5 minutes.
you know what? No, I don't even think they cut the scene. I think there's
Just negligence that they just were like, he's here.
the kid.
It's such a baffling teleportation.
How long would you say that is? Because from the moment where the siege is happening, Dracula is actively with his bats fighting the blindfolded army in the gorge, way up on the cliffside in that, let's call it a sanctuary.
Yeah.
In that tower, the family is being chased by the two, by the way, extras and actual main character from the Vikings television show.
Yes.
Who are working for the Ottomans. Whatever.
I think it's like a half mile to walk from there. Like, because it's, again, you're walking down the tower.
Yeah.
You're walking out of the building. You're walking to the pass. Like, you're not just jumping over the side like Drac did.
It's hundreds of feet.
You're walking for a long time.
They gut punch the wife so she's hanging on the edge, picks up child, and walks out in like 2, maybe 3 minutes.
Like I say,
next time we see it,
the fall and them having that death thing.
they have
all that happens in between.
it's like a Gwen Stacy
Yeah.
Amazing Spider-Man, like falling. She falls off. Dracula's trying to grab and reach her to save her. They both hit the ground, but they look fine. But she's dying. Not dead, dying.
At least the Amazing Spider-Man had the decency to kill Gwen Stacy immediately, right? Like, that's an instant death. That's not even my biggest pain point. The whole movie's a pain point. But it's stuff like that. It's like, how does a kid get there? Why doesn't she die immediately? Why does she tell him to kill her? Why does he then turn a million other vampires? And it turns out it's no big deal that he does that because he can control the weather.
Oh, that's
And kids just like Van Helsing. Vampires are fine when it's ambient daylight. It's only direct daylight that they combust.
It's so inconsistent.
And good thing that all of the spawns combusted, even though essentially they played by the same rules that he did, but he doesn't combust for reasons that aren't said whatsoever. It just, we go from that moment to modern day where he finds his reincarnated wife.
It's not even like,
I'm so mad. I'm getting heat.
like I told her, like I was mad. I was texting you that night, and I was just like, "This movie's shit."
It's so tough. Oh, and you had gone somewhere. I wrote us back. You were going somewhere. I forget where you were going.
I mean, like I could talk about this movie. I could talk about shit that pissed me off in this movie so much.
It's a lot.
Like we're talking about that. Like we jumped to like the second big. No, that's like the third big battle scene, and he's conducting thousands of bats to attack the Ottomans who are blindfolded.
Bugs Symphony.
Yeah.
Or the blind. That's where he went. The Ottomans are blindfolded.
You can't be afraid of a thing you can't see, so march blindfolded.
It's so crazy that someone loved 300 that much that they just wanted to rip that for this random Jackie.
There's so many things in this movie that are just so fucking uninspired too. Yeah. There's that character that's at the beginning of the movie where they're investigating this fucking helmet in a river, and it's like, yeah. There's an Ottoman scout helmet in a river, and and I told you, it's like
that's how the movie starts.
The movie starts like that.
Oh, the Ottomans. Where did this come from? Must be all the way up there.
that fucking mountain.
That seems like a reasonable conclusion.
It was washed out from that mountain peak.
Oh, well, a monster lives in that mountain. How do you know? I've heard stories. Crazy. I've never heard them. I've lived here my entire life. I have a castle here. Oh, now that you mention it, it does ring a bell if there's a monster.
Oh, yeah.
Let's go up there.
What's the mountain called?
Isn't it like Fang Mountain or Host Mountain?
Broken Tooth.
Broken Tooth, yeah. Brokeback Tooth. Oh, Broken Tooth. I didn't even put the... God damn it, I hate this movie. Vampire teeth.
Oh. Kind of looks like a fang, like a jagged fang too, like a on your.
I'm gonna more.
Well, I mean,
Like,
yeah,
I know I can tell.
I wouldn't worry about it.
No, I'm like, ew, I just wanted to know.
There's a couple other things, and I'm just gonna throw out.
Well, with
some
you,
shit that pisses
yeah,
me
yeah.
off.
Donnie, can we talk about how him and his people are just so cool? They're just so cool with each other. Like, it doesn't matter even like they have a bond so strong that it doesn't matter
They have a bunch
if your people light you on fire
I was gonna bring that up.
and try to kill you.
So
You're just so cool.
talk to your priest, but don't become a vampire and then stop talking to your priest, because your priest will expose you.
Yeah, they
Your community.
they're good at knowing having you're a vampire.
His priest.
Carl.
Gosh, no, not as cool as Carl. Not as cool as Bad Hair Man.
It does kind of crack me up though. Again, that feels like there's probably 10 minutes missing from when he gets home to this moment where the priest finds him.
Yeah.
Because it's like he's just wandering around doing nothing.
Staying out of the light.
He's almost done nothing to draw suspicion to himself at this point in time.
He's just like, I can't, I gotta walk. Excuse me.
Yeah.
And he's like stepping around and over other people, like sharpening swords.
And this priest is just like, you're clearly a vampire.
What are you doing? The priest walks in and he's got a silver sword and he's like, come clean, dude. And it's like,
Dude, moves on him immediately.
cuts open a drake. The sun comes in and he goes, ah!
Yeah, just like flakes. Like dandruff. Just gets a little dandruff coming off his face.
It feels,
catch fire.
you know what? If you've ever had a sunburn and gone back out into the hot sun,
Yeah.
it's that uncomfortable. It's like, how?
It is that.
Already like,
Yeah. You know what I've never done in that situation? Died.
hey, and you know what? Neither does he.
We've talked about the differences of vampires and their weaknesses and stuff, but holy hell, the sun does nothing for him.
For him and only him until it does. Until it does, and then
For not him.
Yeah.
For not him. It takes care of the rest of the vampires for not him.
Yeah, so
I wish he sparkled. I really do. I wish he Twilight sparkled.
he flakes.
He literally. I don't feel that good, Mr. Stark.
He's got,
I don't feel, 100% Mr. Stark.
I'm like 80.
I'm okay.
I'm like 80% of this stuff.
I'll pull through, Mr. Stark.
We're all right.
It's
So wild. So yeah, he gets exposed by his priest later in the movie in that sanctuary area, and the town immediately turns on him. By the way, he is the prince savior, has saved them prior in the movie from an army single-handedly, and came through and saved them in the forest when they were getting attacked. Oh no, he's a monster. Kill him.
and turned down one of our buildings that I imagine was hard to build.
And had a bunch of equipment and stuff in it. So they burn it down, and like he walks out of it completely unscathed because the smoke from the fire blots out the sun,
It's just so
the
exhausting.
smoke plume, and he walks out and he's legitimately upset by this turn of events.
His clothes aren't burned.
No, he's totally fine.
Complete inferno.
He's totally fine.
So
He
upset.
walks out and the entire sound sees him. The survivors of the people from his court and servants that he saved, I guess, not his whole fucking, because by the end of the movie, he has to,
I think his son's the only one alive.
his son is his son and the priest are the only people that make it out because the rest of them are either killed by the Ottomans or he turns them into vampires that later get killed by the sun.
Yeah. It's so exhausting. Like just watching this movie is hard.
It's ridiculous. He comes out to them and he's throwing a fucking bitch fit because yeah, I would too.
You live on
After what I'm doing for
well, you lit my surroundings on fire. I apparently cannot catch fire.
I just didn't like it. I didn't appreciate it.
How much better is
And it's just awkward because they just stand there and they're like, you know,
out of two Dracula
he says, get that to work. And they do.
two variations of Dracula walking out of fire.
The Van Helsing beginning of the movie after Dracula gets rocked into that fireplace, walks off and just
Yeah, which one's better? Which one are you?
oh fucking come on.
It's moment after moment after moment in this movie where I'm just like, Van Helsing did it better.
Yeah.
And it's a crazy thing to think.
Not that crazy. Not that crazy, man. This movie has just tons of fucking bro. And Van Helsing's even longer. Van Helsing's like 30 minutes longer.
I think it is.
And it accomplishes way, way more for it.
It tried.
Not to say that 30 minutes more of Dracula Untold it could have done better, but it could have done fucking anything else.
Like I said, there's something here. It obviously got slaughterhoused, but there's something there. Like it's a cool story, like Dracula's origin story. I think there's ways to tell that, but not as a Marvel movie.
not as a bad
Marvel movie.
DC fucking Marvel movie or anything.
You know what this movie feels like to me? Like tonally similar.
What?
Hellboy. David Harbour's Hellboy in 2019. That's what it feels like to me. Remember when we tried watching that?
I remember we tried watching it and we got like, where it's just, was it an hour and 45 in? And we were just like, I don't know what this movie is doing anymore. Because it just went from it went from plot point to plot point to plot point.
Yeah, if you cut 30 minutes out of that movie and made a somewhat straight line through, I feel like it comes out looking like Dracula Untold a little bit.
Yeah.
It's just like, this seems like the most coherent thing they could make with what they film.
Can we just briefly talk about like some of the power things again? Because like the whole point he becomes a vampire is to try and save his country, right?
He tries to become a weapon.
So he tries to become a living weapon. Yeah, Morbius.
It's a comic book story.
It is a comic book story, and I don't have anything against that innately. I actually like the idea of like a good man who's done bad things, trying to do more good, but has to do more bad and become a monster or lose part of himself for that.
Yeah.
But the whole thing is he goes up to he at the beginning of the movie, we have the broken tooth mountain monster moment where he loses two of his friends who I don't know their names. That's another thing in this movie. I don't know anybody's fucking
No, none of the side characters matter. There is no side character plot.
Like they're either here and then they'll maybe say their name as they're dying. And like, I don't care about any of them.
Well, did we even hear like Charles Vampire's name?
No, he doesn't have a name. Charles Dance, he doesn't have a name.
He doesn't have a name. He's the coolest side character.
His wife and his son have a name.
I don't mind his son.
I don't even know. Do you remember that character? An old man advisor who's walking around with a cane who gets turned into a vampire at the end of the movie? I don't know his fucking name.
That's what I'm like,
I know
there's no important side characters.
The one like died in the forest, he had a name and they say his name a couple of times.
I'm sure they say a lot of names, but the point is that they doesn't matter.
I don't give a fuck.
Like it changes nothing about the movie if you know the names.
Yeah.
Like it's not like they had like rich backstory.
They're like so back to the original tangent. He goes back because the whole crux of the movie is the Ottomans want a conscription of a bunch of young boys to become child soldiers and grow them up because they're easier to train or whatever.
Yeah.
He is going to hand over his son, but then decides not to because fuck that shit, dude.
He wasn't going to hand over his son. His son said, "You're going to hand me over." And he somehow went, "Yeah, okay." For like 30 seconds. And then was like, "Why would I do that? Let me instead make a decision that gets all of my people killed."
immediately a bad decision where it's just like, well, yeah, you really shouldn't.
You could have just been like, hey, we're not going to do that. We're going to go prepare to.
But apparently we have no standing army.
We have no standing army and no way to just fold the gate up.
So he's like, I'm gonna go do this. He goes to the Broken Tooth Mountain to go talk to that monster, Charles Dance. And the ancient vampire is just like, usually people come in here smelling like, they pissed themselves, but you just seem kind of desperate. So what's your deal? He goes, I want your powers. If I have your powers, I could save my family. And Charles Dance is like, bet. All right. I'm gonna make a dumb deal with you. Drink my blood. You get my powers for 3 days. If you don't drink any blood in those 3 days, you'll be a human again. But if you do, I get freed from my arbitrary imprisonment in this fucking mountain
that Caligula put me in.
But that's not. We don't talk about it. We're not even gonna talk about it. I will get revenge on the man who put me here and turned me into a vampire. What's his name? What?
We didn't even get Charles's name.
What's his name?
I did like the line where he was like, I forget the exact wordage, but he was essentially like, oh no, you're going to scratch my back and I'm going to scratch yours.
Yeah.
This is a perfect deal for both of us. You know this is wrong, but you're going to do it anyway. So what choice do you have?
Yeah.
Yeah, I really like just how, like, obviously, obviously it's a must. Or like, when Vlad is like, I'm already a monster because I've killed people. And Charles does the tongue thing and like unhinges his jaw.
Yeah.
And he's like, you have no idea what a monster is. And we're just like, he's the only good part about the movie.
Charles Dance is a boon to this movie. He is an amazing actor. Like he's for Underworld is another comparison point, right? Because Bill Nye is an amazing actor in what is a pretty shitty movie, regardless of our
very similar situation. It's like you got an overqualified actor to play a badass role in this tire fire, but though
I'm glad he's in the movie for sub 30 minutes.
Dude, it might be like 10.
It might be less than 10.
Yeah. It's an hour and a half movie. He's not on screen a whole lot.
It's crazy. Comes back at the end though, and he looks yapper as fuck.
Let's talk about that ending, because very clearly, and you had used this analogy to describe other movies, but I think it really applies here that this movie is trying so hard to get to the sequel.
Yeah, it's trying everything in the movie that happened prior to it. It's trying to get to the final shot.
It does not want to tell this movie. It wants to tell the second movie.
Like
it wants that final shot.
It is wholesale lifted from an idea, not even a plot point, because it's not a plot point. It's not enough to be a plot point. It has wholesale lifted the idea of Dracula encountering what he believes to be the reincarnation of his wife, because it's played by either.
Well, it's pretty heavy-handed that this is.
It's a reincarnation.
Yeah.
In Francis Ford Coppola's Dracula, the which is a pretty good retelling of Dracula.
Oh my god!
Yes.
I'm so stupid. That's so dumb.
Yes, it's interesting. That's why I say, and I have a quote here. It's
Mina Harker.
The movie. So at the end of the movie, Dracula is in modern day London, 2014, modern day, not 1800s London. Modern.
Yeah, it's just modern day because you have to set up the bigger universe.
Exactly. We need to catch up because
where's Tom Cruise gonna be if not the modern day?
Of course, right? Because he's got a movie coming, and so does fucking Kurt Russell, right? Or Russell Crowe.
He was Russell Crowe, Johnny Depp, and Javier Bardem. Yeah, no, they had. Honestly, the casting is not bad. It's the execution is full stuff.
The movie,
but yeah, the modern day, and then Charles is there again. Super cool characters. You assume he's going to be like a major part of the sequel, and I'm like, great. I wish he was a major part of this movie. Why didn't you just tell the modern day version?
It's so weird. The movie has Dracula fine, by the way. He's fine. He's still.
How did he live?
Because the obligatory Renfield ripoff character from ancient times, who is all like, you're a vampire, let me serve you matter. Because of course we need a Renfield character, even though
it's Dracula.
Dracula, sure, whatever, fine. I don't fucking care.
Yeah, I'm not gonna push it too hard.
He's in the modern day. He's walking down the goddamn street, and he just happens to like like see the same actress just hanging out by some flowers, and he starts putting the moves on her. And here's something you might not remember. He fucking he's like saying, he's like talking and doing small talk, and she's like, okay, bye. And he says what we were told earlier in the movie are him and his wife's wedding vows.
Mhm.
And the actress goes, that's my favorite poem.
Yeah.
And he goes, it speaks to you of longing of two souls crying out to be
Such a
together.
brighter-sided death bullshit.
It's so bad.
It's so annoying.
And she's smitten, and she goes, I'm Mina. And at that moment, I just scream, fuck off.
Yeah, now that I've actually processed it. Yeah, I see now. I can't believe I didn't catch that.
Wholesale ripping off this idea of a reincarnated love interest in a different time for Dracula, which was done better in Francis Ford Coppola's Dracula, because they do the same thing.
Again, they're recycling themes.
Or they're
sure.
recycling wholesale ideas.
But how are they doing? Because it also implies that Dracula became a poet at one point and published the poetry. He published his wedding vows as poetry to deal with the death. And then
that cringe? Is that cringe?
yes, because then your reincarnated lover found it, said this is dope, and then was very clearly creeped out by you. And then instead of going, wow, he knows my favorite poetry, that's fucking weird, she goes, well, either you wrote it,
I'm sorry,
or
I'm a stop.
or those are the magic
It
words.
may be because I am a man, but if I'm just hanging around and if I wasn't engaged, it's such a right now.
It's such a milady like approach.
It so is. But like, if I was just,
Do you like the flowers, milady?
it's so bad. It's the
He
brightest.
says milady.
He does. And she clocks that. And she goes, "Ooh, fucking redditor, cringe loser, get out of here, dude. Where's your? Sorry, Bullhorn, you dropped your fedora." This guy who fucking wore a fedora for one of these episodes, fucking loser. Where's your tape and your team?
Oh man, that's
Fucking nerve.
phenomenal.
I love that. I love that so much. I hate it, and I love to hate it. Not only are they doing that, but do you remember the end of the fucking shitty Nolan, the last Batman Nolan film? I hate that movie too.
Yeah, that's fine. I do.
That's
remember,
fine.
I do remember the end. I do remember the end.
Remember how in there
She's like, it's me.
Well, okay, so Alfred,
Oh yeah,
Caleb's just sitting.
and they feel like that.
It's felt like that because Charles Dance is sitting there reading the fucking London Times, and it's clear that him and Dracula have just been hanging out for hundreds of years at this point, and he sees that he's like, oh, you picked up your reincarnated wife? Oh, bugger me.
Now
Stop.
I need
Starts-
something.
To be fair, Charles Dance,
No, again, he does everything correct.
that's fucking cool.
Dude,
Like, he's a dapper looking motherfucker.
He does everything.
Tywin fucking Lannister.
Is Dracula Untold a Frankenstein's monster of other good movies, good moments?
No,
Is
there's
this
no.
bastardized together?
Honestly, no. It would be
It's like the image, like they
if
said,
they had stolen more good ideas, maybe, but they didn't steal enough good ideas.
well, it just feels like the hey, let me see your homework and I'll change it a little bit.
Yeah, just change it a little bit.
It's like we want the MCU vibe and we want the cool Dracula tropes, and we also really like Zack Snyder for some reason. So we'll throw him in there. And you know that Christopher Nolan moment? That was cool. Let's throw that at the end. And then we're also gonna make him bats because that's cool.
So fucking terrible. So fucking terrible.
Can we
And it's such a it's literally the meme of the end of the Transformers movie where he could be playing the fucking Linkin Park for what
I wish
don't like.
Bark was
And Charles Dance gets up and he adjusts tie and he does this stupid fucking catchphrase. Let the games begin. Cut the credits. It's the most fucking stupid.
Is this movie cringe? Full stop. Is this movie cringe?
Yeah, no, of course it is.
Um,
It's an hour and 30 minutes of a PG-13 piece of shit.
I only have more negative things to say. So can we be positive and creative and do our other topic?
Yeah,
which is
let's do that. Let me give my flowers to the one thing in this movie that I will even give anything about, and then immediately backslide and dog on it again. Real quick.
what is your one thing?
The one thing I like the costume work in this.
Oh, 100%. 100% agree.
I think everybody looks really good. It's very much that corporate level fantasy, like everybody has to look a certain way.
I think Apparel did their homework.
I think Apparel did okay,
They
like
tried.
especially with the Ottomans. Now I don't know how accurate it is.
They look good.
but they look good. I can visually look at them. I can look at the Ottomans.
Don't look at the
They're
spray
piece.
paint. The chess pieces look
Don't look at a
fantastic.
goddamn spray paint on the fucking
It's
white
tough.
actors.
It's very tough. But you're right. The Apparel one, Vlad.
Yeah, no, he's got some drip in this movie.
Yeah, like cut out everything practical about the suit. The suit is amazing. As a superhero suit goes, awesome.
With the armor?
Yeah.
No, the armor is actually terrible.
No, I like it as a character.
I would prefer the red licorice armor from Ford Coppola's movie. Yeah, no, Dracula in that has like armor that looks like licorice, but it has way more fucking sauce than this.
Yeah, and this movie's dark and moody, so it's got to be.
It's so dark and movie. His leather armor that when wood comes near it to stab him in the
It
heart,
disintegrates.
it disintegrates.
It disintegrates more than his skin does when sunlight touches him.
By the way, in that sanctuary, there's a whole moment where him and his kid are walking around, and he walks up to a big ominous double door and goes, "What's behind that?" He goes, something I hope I never have to use, Eddie.
It sounds like the keys to the Death Star.
It sounds like it's his fucking
It's his armor.
It sounds like a Otto Gatling fucking impaler gun or something like that. No, it's his
Impalinator.
The Impalinator 5000. It's his fucking armor. Are you shitting me?
All right, let's move on. The Dark Universe is an interesting concept.
Yes.
Making a shared universe based on the original 30s Universal monster movie.
Yeah, classic horror.
This is not the way to do it, obviously. But what are your ideas of how would you start it off?
Fuck me, man.
Would you even start it off with Dracula first of all?
No, I wouldn't start it out with fucking Dracula.
I don't think it's their best character. I think Frankie is.
First let's define who's in the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
Let's keep it the same.
Let's Dracula, Frankenstein,
Invisible Man.
the Invisible Man.
Is
Is it Jekyll and Hyde?
I think he's there too. Yeah.
Okay,
Frankenstein,
the Wolf, right?
And I believe you got to put the wolf in, and the Mummy,
And the
which is Tom Cruise because it's not actually the Mummy.
but
He plays an adventurer who unlocks the Mummy. Something like that.
so he isn't the Mummy though.
He's essentially he's essentially like Brendan Fraser's character in the Mummy. He's just a guy. He's not a monster, which always
We're gonna have to watch this piece of shit.
I really hope we don't, but
How many more Dark Universe movies are there that were actually made?
Mummy killed it. Mummy killed it.
What's the other one?
No, that's it.
Oh, it's just Mummy and Dracula.
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah, because Dracula obviously didn't get off to a good start, and the Mummy was so bad that everyone was like, "Kill this shit."
that's crazy.
Yeah, so I wouldn't start with the Mummy. I wouldn't start with
A Tom Cruise movie killed it.
it suffered from like the same thing as everything in that moment where they just didn't have a good story and used all CGI.
Yeah, but you would think. I mean, like I don't hurt Tom Cruise all that much, but you would think he would carry it.
Well, also people were expecting like the Brendan Fraser Mummy movies, and they got something completely different.
Oh,
Like
wow.
very completely different. And the Mummy's a sandstorm at one point. Like
Oh, so it's again stealing better ideas from a better thing.
again, overall, let's not talk about the Mummy.
Or fine.
So it's
Okay, so we have like 6 characters.
for the most part it's clean slate, but yeah, it's all those like original run movies.
Here's what you do.
Like you can even use The Bride, like even Black Lagoon. Like if you, I think if you want to play the other characters,
Cool too.
yeah, because you said that during.
Add parts of this roster too.
Honestly, my answer is you take Van Helsing, and that's what spins it off. Like I would take the Hugh Jackman Van Helsing world.
It was supposed to be
Yeah, I know, but it also sucked. so I would take.
compared to this movie.
I
That's a-
would subvert everything, and somehow if you need Dracula to be like, if you're taking your monsters and making them the main characters, which I think is part of the
You know
problem
what?
there, you're taking your main monsters and their main characters, that I think Van Helsing has to figure out a way to team up with Dracula.
I think I know how
and go from there.
I think I know how you do it. There's a little anime called Hellsing.
Yeah.
And the plot of Hellsing, it's all backstory, because the main plot of Hellsing is that Dracula, the events of Dracula the book by Bram Stoker happen. But instead of killing Dracula, then Helsing goes, I beat your ass, you're mine.
Fall in line.
You are mine, I own you. And he just collars that motherfucker, and Dracula's like, you know what? All right,
You know what?
fine.
I think you're onto something, because then you could make Van Helsing like the bad guy of
You can
the
make
universe.
you can make Van
because he's
Helsing
kicked all these monsters'
Nick
asses.
Fury. You make Van Helsing Nick Fury, and then you take Van Helsing, creates an organization like the Helsing anime, where his organization deals with these fuckers.
So you're almost mixing. You're mixing like the universal monsters with the plot of League of Extraordinary Gentlemen,
100%.
where they get pulled in as a team.
100%.
Which again, I think is probably what they were trying to end up do at some point. But you got to do alpha. So you got to jump. You just got to do it.
So here's what you do. You do, like, if you don't just do the Dracula story and you make Van Helsing and Dracula might have this like crazy good actors and crazy good chemistry and them just duking it out.
I think you need that RDJ Chris Evans.
Yeah, you need a crazy good just dual.
Who'd you
like,
cast?
I don't even know. Because
Let's like this is fun.
well, because like my mind goes to fucking Coppola, and the Coppola casting was Gary Oldman as Dracula, who killed it,
That's pretty good.
and Anthony Hopkins as Van Helsing, who killed it because he's weird.
Yeah.
Because he's amazing. Because it's Anthony Hopkins, and he's one of the best actors ever.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
I don't know what else you do with that, but
Well, it would depend on tone. It would really depend on tone.
in
my mind,
a Marvel movie. If you want it to be anything,
It's hard for me to see a connected universe as anything other than a Marvel movie. It's
because it's a bad idea.
well, it's a zeitgeist. I think is more my problem is only one institution has been able to do it successfully. And I mean, like, why am I putting quotes? They've made so much freaking money.
It is successful, but the longer it goes on, the less successful overall.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I honestly, the more and more we're talking about it, I don't think it's a connected universe. Like, I think
you do Dracula.
I don't think that League of Extraordinary Gentlemen is a connected universe.
Here's what you know. No, I mean, it's a comic by Alan Moore
Well, I'm saying like it's a movie, but a movie.
by itself.
It's not a connected universe. It's not that all these characters were their own movies and then they teamed up. I think to do this universal connected universe thing,
You might have to use the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen again, but like just with the monsters.
I mean, that's what you described, and I think that's a decent idea.
Well, I mean, here's what I would do with that. I would still do the Marvel Nick Fury, like, coming in at the end of the movie and being like, hey, I'm putting a team together kind of thing. Because a lot of these creatures, a lot of like Wolfman, Dracula, Dorian Gray from League.
I love Dorian Gray.
I mean, it's a cool idea. The Invisible Man, Wolfman, Jekyll and Hyde are all and Dracula are all close in the same timeline. So you could really start with like this 1800s centric idea, and then
I'm just realizing League of Extraordinary Gentlemen is just a better Dark universe, and
it really is.
It's also bad,
But it was also like
it's also plagued by problems.
we should do that one day, because like, boy, Alan Moore, man, it's really weird. Alan Moore comic book adaptations are hit, or where were you aiming? What did you do?
Man, the graphic novels are rough. Like,
Well, Alan Moore's just
tough and just,
like, I like V for Vendetta.
as a depressed guy,
I like V.
that guy's got some dark. I mean, I like it. I mean, go do your art, man. But like sometimes reading it, I'm like, I have to take a break.
I had to do that with V from Vendetta. I got like really depressed.
The beginning of League is just brutal.
I should read.
It's tough. Yeah. Now that we're thinking about it, it's like this tone does not work.
You know why it doesn't work is because like
These are dark ass characters, and you can't have a movie that's made for broad audiences.
you try to appeal to too many people and it appeals to no one.
You know what I want? I want the dark universe made like Nosferatu. If you want Dracula to be a main character, I want him tortured. I want this to be a psychological thriller of Charles Dance fucking with this man. The tone has to be R to the max. I think I said that while we were watching. I was just like, this movie wants to be like Timmy's first horror movie. It could be a rated R movie, but they don't want it to be, and that's where it doesn't know where it lives. It's cut like a horror movie. It's shot like a horror movie. When Charles Dance is doing his monster thing, it almost feels like a horror movie. And then they go back out of it and go, this is for 12-year-olds.
Yeah.
And like, how is this for 12-year-olds?
Alternatively, you have Avengers be the first movie. You have the Avengers.
And Venom goes
so
and that's what I thought you were leaning towards, of like, yeah, have them all be together and then go follow their separate stories.
Well, I like the idea of like
there's the groundwork.
You could do like a travel through time kind of thing with some of these characters, but you can't do that with every one of these characters. Like realistically, you could only do it with like, you could make an argument for Hyde, but I don't think it works really well because I still think Jekyll dies eventually.
I think the best option for that Dracula or Frankie.
Dorian Gray.
I mean,
Frankenstein. Dorian Gray isn't one of these people either.
No, he's not. You keep saying him, and I love him, so I'm gonna enable you.
But like, it's one of the only characters that could.
I said it to modern. I said it earlier. If you go with a solo movie to start it off and need an origin story, it's Frankie, because it's the most compelling character out of all of them. Where you don't have to invent a story where they're the good guy. He's inherently a good guy. He was created, didn't want to do anything, accidentally hurt people, and ran. And then if you spin that, like that first part of Van Helsing, and then just follow Frankie through the years as he collects these ragtag other monsters and becomes the Captain America of this monster team.
You know what the other?
I think that works way better.
I agree with you. I got one more suggestion, but I do like that one a lot better than.
Yeah, and then Dracula's your Tony Stark figure. He got all this money. This castle is a pompous asshole. He doesn't know where you.
Dracula takes. That's totally what it should be. It should. So fuck. Yeah. Again, I don't, and I think another reason for why this stuff doesn't work is because it's the same problem with trying to do reboots for some of these like classic comic book characters. We know that the thing that makes Spider-Man has been Parker dying. Yeah, right. Like we do, and we know that. We know Spider-Man
or another relative. You've established that, like someone close to him.
Right, with Miles Morales as his father, or with Gwen Stacy, it's her father. But like the idea is like when Peter Parker, Tom Holland shows up in MCU, we don't get his origin story because we fucking know what Spider-Man is. We don't need an origin story for Dracula.
Yeah.
We don't need an origin story. You want to know the origin story? Go read the fucking book or watch any of the old movies. I think you inherently know who these characters are.
It's harder, but if you make Dracula a compelling character through plot means and actually tie him to the situation where he has things he can lose or things he can gain from the plot, and not just, hey, if you want powers, you got to be a vampire.
You want to, like, that's so bland.
What a diamond entry. He's already Dracula. Yeah. He's already a vampire. Why does he care about this story? That's so much more interesting. Why does Dracula care? Right. And then he's a good protagonist.
Flight of inspiration. Here's what you do. It's set in the modern day.
Yes.
You establish the Helsing organization, or whatever you want to call it. Call it
Hunters Inc.
Yeah. Call it whatever that is. All the stories happen as they happen anyway. And it's just a ragtag group of people. Some of the monsters are the same monsters, like Frankenstein or Dracula. Dracula is the head of the company. He is the in charge guy, and he's the one sending out all these people to do whatever it is that they're doing to fight monsters. Why? Who knows? I don't care. I'm not writing it right now. The Jekyll and Hyde potion is just a thing that he has collected. The invisibility potion is the thing that he has just collected. Dorian Gray is around. Let's just keep using him because A, it's another one.
Well,
of those that
you're
work.
straying dangerously close to the plot of The Extraordinary Gentleman.
I know, but it's the modern day with modern day problems. Wolfman, we have to keep finding werewolves. It's just this lineage thing of like where we find werewolves and we try and pull them in. And maybe the Wolfman is our fish out of water character, because that's always the Wolfman story is like I get infected and what happens?
I just got here.
I just got here. What the fuck is going on? You're gonna have to learn how to control being a werewolf. And Dracula is the guy like looking over the banister, going like, "I see potential in him," or something like that. You can introduce a ton of other characters.
Literally, some monster. There's enclaves of Sasquatches that are also tied to this corporate.
You want the mummy?
There's zombies in Congress.
The mummy arguably should be stronger than Dracula, I think. But like, here's my thing with that: the mummy should be locked in the basement, and Dracula is like, "I don't want to have to do this." And the sarcophagus.
That's like I got like a dude sci-fi tone to it. That's for
I think you can make a modern day version of this where like the monsters are in control, as long as it's still like a Secret Wars thing. Who are they fighting is the biggest problem, because they're the monsters though.
Yeah.
Who are have Frankenstein be around and goes, we got to call him in. And it's the Hulk situation where it's like, I just want to be left the fuck alone.
I like it. I like it. Conversely, I think another thing that could
Black Lagoon could be another one of those things where it's like, yeah, we keep him, and he's like Abe Sapien. He's like Abe Sapien,
Yeah.
you know? I mean, like, just, if you're gonna wholesale steal ideas, just make them interesting again.
I'm in the camp that I honestly think to do a dark universe correctly, like I said with Nosferatu, I think you have to get back to the root of these characters. They were horror movies. And they had horror movies with
Dracula. Auntie.
It should not be something that is for all audiences. Nosferatu killed it. You would make a dark universe where these are actual horror movies.
Yeah.
Because we know their stories. We usually know their motivations. I don't necessarily need to care why they're there, other than I'm sitting down for an hour and a half or 2 hours of fucked up shit. I expect to see fucked up shit. That's what I'm here for.
We should not have an Avengers Age of Ultron if the gang is hanging around a couch taking bets on whether or not they can lift the fucking hammer or not. Like that.
Yeah, it's a royal battle between all of those characters. Like Dracula fighting Frankenstein in a horror movie.
I think you could do this idea, but you know what? I think it would work way better as like maybe a television show, maybe not a movie. Hell, you know what? It would probably work way better as comic book. Shocker.
The more and more we talk about it, I'm swaying toward the handle about like there's not a way to do this satisfyingly for the characters. I don't know there's a way.
I don't want to say that because like somebody could be smart.
No, just like what you said, like your example that your latest example. There's fun ways to do it. There's really fun ways to do this story. But like looking at the history of the Universal monsters and like the other past attempts to do stuff like this, I'm like, maybe give it a break. Maybe focus on just giving us an Invisible Man movie that's really sick. Give us a Mummy movie again that's really sick. Because we haven't even gotten a scary Mummy. The Mummy, like Universal movies, the old ones, are scary.
They're supposed to be scary. Yeah.
They're supposed to be like like you said, the Mummy is supposed to be very powerful.
Yeah.
Well, I'm talking about like the OG horror movies, like the 30s.
Oh,
OG ones,
or like the Hammer horror films, or
like because the Brandon Fraser one makes it an adventure comedy.
Sure,
is really what it comes down to. So I'm like, give these characters horror movie shakes again.
I think that maybe we may be a little desensitized because, but the thing is, like with the Invisible Man, we've had other movies that are like a retelling of the Invisible Man, and they are horror movies. I think they're good. What's the one that is the Invisible Man?
It's the Invisible Man of Elizabeth Moss, where the husband is an abuser and he made like a nanosuit to be invisible to just like psychologically torture her.
Yeah. Like there are like retellings of these things, but like if you want it to be the original thing, like Jekyll and Hyde, like Jekyll fucking dies at the end. So it's like, what are you gonna do with that?
That's what I mean. Like, even,
Or you run
even right now, I'm like,
you run into the really shitty event where where Stephen Moffat makes a terrible fucking television show called Jekyll and it sucks.
yeah, you're moving me even further towards that side of like, I don't know that this needs to be done. I think there's creative ways to do it. I prefer, honestly,
You can do
this
it.
way.
It can't be done in the environment that we exist in now. I don't.
No, you really got to be able to take some swings. But yeah, you want to rate this thing?
You first.
All right,
Dracula Untold rating. Here we go.
Dracula Untold 2014. Breaking down all the parts of this movie. Is the writing very good? It's serviceable
At best.
at best. Dialogue wise, again, fine. Like,
Only standout moments are from the best.
it's like
the
chatbot fine.
Yeah.
It's so bland.
Serviceable. You should punch it up. Why didn't you punch it up?
Because they cut out the punchy stuff. It's very cut up. The visuals they leave a lot to be
Lackluster.
desired. They cut half of this movie. Man, it's a 2. There's no reason to watch this movie. There's no. Charles Dance has much better performances. He's amazing, but he has much better performances in other things. He's not even a reason to turn this movie on.
No.
There's no redeeming part of this movie other than maybe the end where you get the hope of like what could be that we never get. So
Just go on YouTube and watch like a splash cut of all of Tywin Lannister's scenes, and you'll have a much more enjoyable time.
yeah, watch the splash cut, or just like put it on super speed and like watch Dracula Untold, but it's 3 minutes long and it's just sped through. That'd be a good way to watch it.
I think the time set
The one of these,
even worth it.
maybe not. No, it's a 2 for me. It's bad. It's bad.
So it is our first agreement. I also put Dracula Untold as a 2.
Whoa!
Wow. Our first movie
We did it!
went to the same fucking shit, and it took Dracula Untold. That's really funny.
This is what this country needs right now.
Yeah, no. This is healing. This is healing. Dracula, this movie should have fucking stayed untold. This movie's
Yeah. If honestly,
bullshit.
like, it's very bad. If it had made some dialogue choices like Van Helsing made, it'd probably be a 1 for me. Like, it's really just like the blandness. The blandness of the dialogue is kind of holding the whole thing together.
Honestly, yeah. And we've said it before in other rankings where like a 1 is like, this is personally offensive to me.
Yeah.
I am worse for having seen it. Dracula Untold is only
It's
barely not there.
I agree.
But like, oh boy.
That's so funny. We perfectly agree. Yeah. It's bad. So with that being said, next week we'll not just conclude spooky.
Yeah, and the vampire.
We will be watching a much better vampire film.
We will be watching a crazy cool vampire movie. Yeah, Nosferatu.
Yeah, the new one, not the old one. Which the old one is better than Dracula Untold.
Like 2024.
Yeah,
the end of 2024.
Christmas 2024.
And what a Christmas movie it was.
It was a fun time watching that.
I know the meaning of Christmas.
Yes,
and it's Phil Skarsgård full throttle.
Yes. If there's not a better gift. So if you are still here, thank you for watching. Thank you for joining us. Hop in the comments with other movies that we can watch. Anything else for the good people?
Don't watch Dracula Untold.
You just don't need to. And also 2. And we will see you Tuesday.